Now let us do two cells in series, how to find the effective EMF and the effective internal resistance. In current electricity 11 in the previous lecture, suppose this is a cell, this is what we learned. If you are not drawing any current, means this is not connected like this. If you connect a voltmeter across it, positive terminal, negative terminal, there was some reading and that reading was called EMF E. Now when this is connected to some external resistance, so naturally the current was flowing. Now the voltmeter reading was less than E and that was V, and your V was derived as E, this was available, minus I times R, where R is the internal resistance of the cell, right? This is what we have derived. And this is your cell, the internal resistance. There is not resistance where inside the cell, but due to collision of electrons with the atoms and ions, the resistance. Instead of showing it here, I can show this internal resistance. I can show this internal resistance here. This is internal, this is not external, this is internal, I am showing it here. So let us go to two cells in series. One has EMF E1, capital E1, another has EMF E2. This has an internal resistance R1. I have shown it outside, but it is actually inside. The internal resistance of this is R2 and the current is flowing. And the negative terminal of one is connected to the positive terminal of the second. Such a combination is called series combination. Now current I is flowing. Now how we can replace these two cells by a single cell? Then if we replace these two cells by a single cell, we will derive that the EMF of this cell will be E1 plus E2, called effective EMF, and the internal resistance of this will be R1 plus R2, means the sum of the internal resistance of this one and this one. So by doing so, it will draw the same current I. Means this can be replaced by this, provided the E of this is E1 plus E2, that is the sum of E1 E2, and the R of this is the sum of internal of this and internal of this. That is what we are going to derive. This is very, very important for your, not for your school or board examination, but definitely for IIT main and advanced. Let E1 V2 the EMF of two cells, R1 internal resistance of one cell, this one R1, R2 is the internal resistance of the second cell. I consider 3 points C, B, A. Let VA is the potential at A, VB is the potential at B, VC is the potential at C, I is the current. I is the current. Now the rule is, suppose this is the internal resistance. This side I have made it positive, this side has negative. Why? The side from which current is entering, mark it as positive. The side on which it is leaving, mark it as negative. Similarly, here, this is the side of R1 from which current is entering, so mark it positive, this side as negative. So that will be easy for you to analyze, right? Now, then you will say, sir, how this circuit is not complete, then how the current is flowing? Of course, this point and this point, they are connected by a wire like this, just a wire. And this connecting wire has no resistance. Now, look, therefore, let us go from C to B. Potential at C. Then going from here to here, from higher potential to negative potential, there is a drop, so minus I into R2. Then going from here to here, from a lower potential to higher potential. So I am coming from negative to positive, so there is a rise. So plus E2. Then I arrive here at B is equal to the potential at B. So if you make changes, side changes, so VB minus VC, VC comes to this side, so I am left with E2 minus I R2. I am left with E2 minus IR2. Did you get my point? The side from which current is entering the resistance, make it positive. The side from which it is leaving, make it negative. The side from which current is entering is positive, therefore the other side is negative. That is the principle you should follow. Now, going from C to B, VB minus VC is equal to E2 minus IR. Means between this and this, the potential difference is this, right? Let us go from B to A. Let us go from B to A. Now look, I started with B. Let the potential at B is VB that I explained, VB. Then when I arrive here, I go from positive to negative. So there is a drop here, voltage drop. Current into this resistance, minus IR1. Going from here to here, negative to positive, there is an increase in potential. So plus E1. Then I arrive at A. So that is equal to your VA. Look, there must be some external resistance here. If I just connect it like this, if I connect it like this, then A and C becomes together, means the potential at A and C becomes the same. But that is not the case. So I have taken it at a different potential and this at a different potential. Now make the side changes. VB comes to this side. So VA minus VB is E1 minus IR1. So we have two equations. One equation here, VB minus VC, and the second equation, VA minus VB. Let us add these two equations, 1 and 2. Add 1 and 2. So this is the left side of 2, this is the left side of 1, this is the left side of 2, this is the right side of 2, this is the right side of 1. So they are added. By adding, your this cancels, so I am left with VA minus VC. So E2 comes here, E1 plus E2 minus taking I common is R1 plus R2. So now I have drawn another diagram to explain it better. So I am replacing this and this, E1 and E2, these two cells, by a single cell. Whose effective, whose EMF is, let it be E effective, and whose internal, let it be R effective. We will find out these two. Now, between the same point C and A, which single cell you should consider, and of what EMF and what internal resistance, then that will give you the same current. This is that cell having effective EMF E effective and internal resistance effective R effective. Let us find out these two. Now let the potential here is this, let the potential here is VA. So let us go from C to A. Now this side has marked positive, negative, because current is entering here, the same current. So VC, going from here to here, there is a drop, higher to lower, so minus IR effective. From here to here, there is an increase in potential, plus E effective, then I arrive here is equal to VA. So bring this to this side, so VA minus VC is equal to E effective minus R effective. Now compare these two. Now compare 3 and 4. Same thing, VA minus VC, same thing, VA minus VC, left sides are equal. So the right sides will be equal. So for E effective, I can write E1 plus E2, and I minus I. So R effective is equal to R1 plus R2. R effective is R1 plus R2. So what is the meaning? Instead of taking two cells like this of EMF E1, E2, internal resistance R1, R2 between points A and C, you can replace the two by a single cell of E effective as EMF and R effective as effective internal resistance. Then what should be value of E effective and R effective is given by this. Means if you have two cells like this, suppose its EMF is 2 volt, its EMF is equal to 3 volt, its internal is equal to 1 ohm, its internal is equal to, or suppose R2 is equal to 4 ohm. Then you can replace these two by a single one whose EMF should be E1 plus E2, that is 3 plus 2, 5 volts, and the internal resistance should be R1 plus R2, that R1 plus R2, that is 4 plus 1, 5 ohm. So if you replace these two by this battery having this internal resistance, it will allow the same current I as the I here, the same I will be